The atheist movement attacked the Bible. Believers, they attack the Bible believers because atheists choose.
The atheist movement attacks Bible believers. Do we really attack Bible believers, or do Bible believers attack us? Because I take the idea that Bible believers attack atheists. Stay tuned, because we have an epic adventure of a Christian who is extremely delusional. It's you and Putting everything aside, today this video will be about the atheist movement attacking Bible believers. Yeah, it's pretty stupid how low Christians go when trying to defend their beliefs. I mean, really stupid. This video was originally named "You Cannot Win a Debate with an Atheist." How dumb is that? And let's be honest, if you are a Christian and you don't use logic, reasoning, then I can see why you are saying you can't win a debate, because you can't win a debate. The position of fundamentalist Christianity isn't something that can be directly defended anyways, so why hold to these positions? I mean, really. With that being said, let's get into the video.
To take the Bible to court, so to speak. They think that they can take the Bible to court. Over what? Over things that are far away in the past, first of all, that they are not willing to understand completely now.
I'm sorry, but if you're talking about the fact that Noah's flood never did happen and the escape from Egypt never did happen, as if they did happen, and not to mention that the Bible has multiple different stories of the birth of Christ and multiple different contradictory stories of the death of Christ, not to mention the Bible is not exactly 100% correct on which creation story is right, yeah, get over it.
We live in a modern day time. I'm going to say this again. We live in a modern day time where everybody is different. Not just atheists, not just scientists, not just evolutionists, not just skeptics or any of that stuff. Everybody is different. Everybody. Everybody is different today than they were back in Bible times, number one.
He's got a point when talking about the Bible times, because the Bible times never existed, so he doesn't have a reference point to go on. I know exactly what he's trying to do, and it's completely foolish. He's trying to say that 2,000 years ago, civilizations were basically the same. Well, guess what? That's an argument from ignorance. The Greeks, the Romans, the Egyptians, and possibly even the Carthaginians all practiced polyamorous relationships, while the people of Judea hated polyamorous relationships. And they had entirely different practices, belief systems, and they had different cultures from one another. See, most of the cultures of the first world have been completely integrated today. They are not nearly as different as they were 2,000 years ago.
Number two, what do you think your people were doing back in Bible times? See, we live in a modern day time. See, this is why I believe in God. We live in a modern day time where it's available for us to stop killing each other. It's available for us to find other means of living in peace other than war.
I agree. There are other means to live in peace, but the Bible is not one of them. And the reasons to why the Bible is not one of them is because, as much as it has been used to justify peace, it has been used to justify genocide and war. Actually, for more than half a millennia, it has been used to justify war. The Civil War was one of those wars. So was the Crusades, the Spanish Inquisition, the many British civil wars in between Scotland, Ireland, and England. And that's just a short list of what the Bible was used to justify. Hell, even during World War II, the German soldiers had God with us on their belt buckles. Not to mention, the word Holocaust actually comes from Hebrew interpretations of burnt offering to Yahweh.
But back in the day, don't you think for a minute that if back in the day, when God sent his people out to war and sent them out to destroy their enemies completely, don't you think that if we live back in that time, that God would deal with us in the time that we're living in?
This is a classical appeal to fear fallacy. The problem with this is that it can be turned on its head towards him. A Hindu could sit back and say, well, if he doesn't agree with Hinduism, Brahma is going to send him to Naraka, which is the Hindu version of hell. He is trying to sell something at the deli counter, but there is no one in line to buy what he is selling.
You're judging Christians for what they did back in those days. What about what your ancestors were doing back in those days? Who were these peaceful people that were just sitting by watching the Christians kill everybody, so to speak?
This is basically one big non sequitur. What does this have to do with debating atheist? Yes, of course, we have pointed out when bad people have done bad things, but we've also pointed out when these people have done bad things in the name of religion, which a lot of them have. And we also acknowledge the fact that most of these people have done these things under the influence of religion. Case in point, do us atheists attack Christians? No. Well, of course, that's all I'm going to show of this guy. The video was 40 minutes long, and I'm not going to show all of that shit fast. If you guys want to see that, that's in the link in the description. Other than that, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon if you want to. And please share this video across the social media platforms of Facebook and Twitter. And slam that thumbs up button. Thank you.